What is up, everyone? Random Anime Reviewer here, excited to start the first of hopefully many random anime reviews. Today, we're going to be talking about Terror in Resonance. Honestly, I did not expect something this good for a first time. I remember clicking the random the first time and it was just kind of meh. And then, I don't know, for some reason, I guess I luckily got this one, and yeah, I didn't know what I was in for, but it turned out to be a really good show. So I'm super excited to share with you all. Let's get right into it, shall we? Hit 'em with the intro. Terror in Resonance centers around the cryptic, hidden background of two teenage boys named 9 and 12. They lead a series of targeted attacks on buildings, but always make sure that no one is hurt. They offer the chance to stop the attack by giving police a riddle to solve. Should the police solve the riddle in the allotted time, the attack will not proceed. The solution to these riddles exposes corruption and unethical acts to 9 and 12 and many like them. Acts that were motivated by corrupt, twisted government officials for their own personal gain. Let's start with 9. 9 is the leader between the two of 9 and 12 and is dedicated to working to release the past to the public as a way to prevent such trauma from hurting anyone again. He is a logically sound type of thinker, no nonsense type of guy, focused on his goal. He shuts people out so that they are not involved with him in order to protect them. He curses his previous failures and the damage they caused to those he cared about. 9's partner in crime, 12, is a warm, bright juxtaposition to 9. He also experienced the same pain as 9, but when he sees a girl, Lisa, looking empty and seemingly having nothing to live for, he steps in to help. He takes an interest in her as his curiosity grows. Lisa becomes irrevocably entangled in their plans, and 12 feels that it's his responsibility to protect her, since this was not her own choice. 9 sees in Lisa a socially traumatized individual from both school and her home. Lisa clearly struggles with day-to-day life, seeking escape, as an overbearing mother and nasty bullies make her life a tormented one. She hasn't given up on life, but desires something to make her feel as a person again. She clearly struggles from panic attacks and anxiety. 12 takes an interest in her, and even though she seems like she wants to get away from dangerous people, she ends up taking his help. Lisa struggles with self-value and creating a role within this group, feeling as she is always the cause of everyone's problems. This self-destructive thought pattern only worsens her situation and the situation of those around her. The final piece to this puzzle is Detective Zaki, a disgraced member of the police force who tried to solve the mystery of a suicide and realizes there's more to the situation than the higher level officials let on. He seeks justice by weathering the storm of corruption to find the necessary evidence, but loses his position due to the investigation being unauthorized. As the only one who can solve the riddles, Detective Zaki is chosen by both the police force to return and by 9 and 12 as the person who they deem through his actions as not corrupted and capable of fulfilling their tasks. This psychological thriller hits many themes and is wonderfully animated and has a soundtrack to match. The most predominant theme being trauma in childhood. 9, 12, Lisa, and even to some extent Detective Zaki have all been significantly traumatized by their youth environments. The past of 9 and 12 has haunted them ever since they escaped their facility. Indicative of their upbringing, they have numbers for names, a stark reminder every time their fake names are used. They are emotionally confused as seen with their relationship with Lisa, who they empathize with. Their actions throughout the story is a symbolic acting out to finally get the attention they need and feel like people who are important enough to be heard. It is their attempt at trying to heal from the nightmares they can't forget and to prevent them from happening to anyone else. While 9 and 12 are currently trying to heal from their past trauma, Lisa is currently experiencing it. Lisa has a tumultuous home life with an overbearing mother who desperately needs consistent confirmation of Lisa's whereabouts. The This was brought on by the departure of Lisa's father. Abandonment has caused a mental instability in the mother exhibited as a fear response. However, tragically, it is one-sided. The mother only wants Lisa's presence in the home, but nothing else to do with her, alienating Lisa as the only safe place for her is her dark, empty room. She does not find solace at school either, as she is relentlessly bullied by her classmates and constantly harassed by her mother to come home. This trauma manifests in 9 and 12 as anger and a life mission. They are willing to do whatever it takes to bring to light their past and to honor the memories of those who were affected before them. There are at least 10 others at this point. Lisa is the opposite. She falls into darkness and loses her identity. She struggles to find her role or value, which constantly brings more harm to the group, causing a vicious cycle confirming her beliefs. Trauma in children is something becoming more increasingly relevant as research shows significant changes in mental function after their continuous occurrence. A lack or decrease of an ability to form emotional connections is common, as the people closest to us can cause the most harm. The continuing cycle of trauma from one generation to the next, as they offload their own trauma, leaves a bleak outlook for the future until someone acts to change it. These past experiences translate into the current actions of our characters, providing an interesting narrative of the side of the story that we see. Of course, they have a reason for their actions, but in real-world circumstances, this perspective is rarely illuminated. This anime shows the story from all sides, facilitated by the detective in his attempts to bring all the pieces together. All have motivations which they believe to be just and ethical, but they are all wrong, even if their final goals are good, because the manner in which they try to achieve their goals is incorrect. 9 and 12 make the fatal flaw of making the same mistake as those who traumatize them by traumatizing the general public. It shows that unhindered motivation, if unchecked, can lead to atrocities in the world, something that is already in excess in human history. Corruption is nothing new. This anime highlights the importance of achieving goals the right way, and the critical requirement for society to ensure that individuals cannot harm people for the sake of their own gain. The problem is, how do we monitor high-level corruption which the general public cannot access? If an action is required to be kept secret, if not for the security of the nation, then should it be done? Terror in Resonance made me critically think about a lot of problems in the world. While I didn't find that the themes were explored much, it was also only 11 episodes, and so it's kind of hard to critique when it only had so much time to get through all the material. That being said, it was really enjoyable. The animation I personally loved and thought it was amazing in conveying the atmosphere. The stark contrast from the light, bright, and busy city full of life to the gloomy offices and workstations emphasized the general ignorance of the public to the hidden darkness of society. 9 and 12 struggled in how to involve the public, shown by their actions with Lisa, who always seemed to be glowing in scenes like an insignificant firefly. The soundtrack did a phenomenal job of setting the tone as well as the overarching atmosphere of the anime. Terror in Resonance effectively portrays the struggle of having a good intention but only being able to achieve it inhumanely. It focuses on the limit a society or parents can push the next generation to become better than themselves, either for personal or national reasons. Taking the autonomy of children leaves them to strive for freedom or wallow in despair, causing hardship for both. The show seems to imply that the terror that caused the resonance of trauma through the generations was the atomic bombings in Japan. The title itself, Terror in Resonance, shows the resonance of trauma in each generation, seen in 9 and 12, Lisa, Detective Zaki, and the previous generation. This show definitely makes you think because there are no right solutions to some of its problems, and they vary with different people. It's definitely something I'm going to keep thinking about on cold, rainy days where I just want to sit outside and be in a brooding mood. And now we've reached the first conclusion of a random anime review and the first rating. So Terror in Resonance was fantastic. I really liked it. I'm feeling a decent 8 to a light 9 on this one. Transition. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Wait. I think this is the wrong channel. Oh, right. Oop, yeah. I'm not Anthony Fantano. Oops. That's right. I actually have my own thing, right? Random Anime Reviewer has his own little outro. Yeah. Okay. Random Anime Reviewer signing off. Zoop!